Liftoff and the clock has started.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another show. This is the Vobes Show. Yes.
Fear.
Fear.
Drei.
Tonight, we have a special guest, an ethereal man, beamed in
Zwei.
from some other dimension.
Eins.
The lovely Julia is being delayed, but she may make an appearance.
Ferret! Where's my ferret?
I sat on a ferret the other day. You can't eat a ferret, you know. You can try, but they're a bit rubbery.
Rubbery!
And good evening. Oh, I've done it again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi Showbie with me, Richard Vobes, on the 12th of July 2021. Marvellous game of netball last night. Did you see it? Fantastic. Those nets were hanging on everybody's heads. They were looking marvellous. I do like it when people go out with little string bags, those net bags, and they go out and get all those lovely balls and they shove them in and they have a nice bouncy time. I was on my space hopper. Yes, on my space hopper, hopping about. It was fantastic. I believe there was something else going on somewhere, a lot of shouting from the pub nearby. Took no notice of that, ladies and gentlemen, and at the end of it I was still smiling because I didn't know what else had gone on, although there did seem to be a number of miserable faces up and down the countryside and somebody who was swearing rather nastily, but don't dwell on that because it's a positive show tonight. Yes! Oh, Marv. Now, you may be wondering, hang on a minute, hang on a second, where is the lovely Julia? And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, she just may make an appearance in tonight's show, but there's no promises because Ubby's got a meeting, you see, and he said, here, I'm ever so sorry, dear, but I can't let you go out tonight. I can't. You're shackled to the kids because I've got business meeting. So she said, that's all right, I'll do the Wednesday show, but if you get home early, maybe I can come in. However, However, not to be daunted, we scavenged the talent that is out there, that we could have had all sorts of people. We could have had, I don't know, let me have a think, that John Noakes, we could have had him. It would have been lovely. Get down, Shep. We could have had a good old John, only he's dead, isn't he? So we didn't have him. Who else? We could Peter Purvis. I'm not sure if he's still alive or whatever. Val Doolican. No, she wasn't in Blue. Anyway, we've scoured. And do you know what? The cream rose to the top. And in fact, I was a guest on his show only yesterday. The lovely Mark English is joining us in one moment, just to get you very excited. But, of course, there are people out there in the Vobosphere. Yes, they don't fear the Vobes, do they? In fact, they come round and chuck rocks at him. And I don't blame them, really, because sometimes he does say some outrageous things. There might be some outrageous things on tonight's show. You never can tell. But we're going to do our best. So I'm just looking at the live chat. Let's see if there's anybody actually out there. And say a few, hello, what are you doing? What do you want? Stop mucking about. The lovely Julia is out there, of course. Colonel Cragratty is on the quick on the inside there. Chris Nevard, he says, Pop. We're going to be hearing from Chris because Chris apparently is too posh to wash. We'll be finding out more about that. Anna Jones, nice to see you. Kerry Baldwin, Daniel Watkins, Alison O'Brien, which is lovely to see you. Did I just say Kerry Baldwin? I did, actually. Yes, there we go. Daniel Watkins is in a number of times, which is lovely to see. And others have come running in, followed by G. Ramps, which is good. And Joanna Jones saying, good evening, lovely people. Good evening, Anna Jones. Joanna Jones. Sorry, there's Anna Jones and Joanna. Are you related? Are you mother and son? By any chance, Anna and Joanna? Not mother and son, sorry. Father and daughter. No, wait a minute, I'm getting confused. Who else we got there? We got Elaine Whitelock, I beg your pardon, and pulling a forelock, which is always good, but be careful it doesn't fall off. And Mike Stevens. Hello, gentle folks. Mike Stevens has got a panorama of his lovely garden. We're going to be looking at that. Fantastic. As I say, the flowers seem to be getting bigger and bigger. Before long, Mike will just disappear in all those wild flowers and tigers and other things, like maybe moths, tiger moths. There we are, tiger moths will be flying about, buzzing in the air. You can tell I'm excited. Mark English is on the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, coming up in a second. Tracy Murphy, Patrick Brooks, Nigel Sadler, Audrey Forbes. The posh lot are in tonight. Audrey Forbes is here. She doesn't do hats, apparently. That is the theme of tonight's show. Sean is also out there, Sean Ford, which is marvellous. Mark English, never heard of him. He's also there. Ron Langley, Mark G is there. That'd be Mark Garner, no doubt. Nigel Saunders, hello to you. Ian Dance, David Vad, Sean James Cameron. We have plenty of other people. Mark Burgess, for example, he is one of them. And Trev's Travels by Narrowboat. Hello, Trev. How you doing? Where are you? That's what we want to do. You'll have to put up with me in the chat instead, he says. Well, that'd be lovely. But we want to know where you are. Chugging away. Chug, 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 chug. They don't make that noise, really. Andrew Norris is hoeing, and Rami Boo is coming in from America, which is lovely. Good to see you. And that's probably it. But Jackie H.W., and I probably missed out millions of people. Paul Cockerell, for example, is one of the millions that I've missed out, and I do apologise. But there you go. That's it. Trev says he's in Wales. Boyo. Oh, boyo, boyo. But you be careful of those sheep people. You know, the ones that like to stick a Anyway, never mind all that. Rich M is also here. Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, welcome to the show. We've got lovely videos in tonight's show, some smashing videos. We have a wonderful guest, and we also have a theme. And the theme tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is what is your favourite hat? Have you got a favourite hat? I don't have a hat at all. Oh, what's that? This is just some imitation. It's actually not a real one, which is a shame. I bought it ages ago before I set up the Bald Explorer, and I realised I can't possibly go out in the countryside with a pith helmet. But I've done my best, taking the pith as ever. We'll find out from Mark English what his favourite hat is, but we want to know what your favourite hat is. So if you've got a favourite hat, take a picture with your phone, like there's my phone, see, and take it, send it to me, richard@vobes.com, and we will play it in. Let's find out if the lovely Mark English is out there and he's going to join us on today's show. I'm pretty convinced he is, because I only had a word with him just now. Here he goes. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Richard. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Oh, it's lovely to see you there, Mark. How are you?
I'm looking a bit pale in this light, I'm afraid. I haven't got a very good setup here.
Oh, don't
Which
worry.
I'm trying to get better. But yeah, good evening, everybody.
It's
Good
the
evening.
ethereal look we like.
Yeah, there's a tiny little crap light here that's sort of bathing my chin.
Yeah, marvellous. Bathing your chin, which is superb.
Bathing my chin, sir.
And now, for those of you who, I'm sure everybody must know who Mark English, because they probably watch all your videos. But for that one person who crept in, who's complete stranger to everything, who are you, and what do you do?
My name is Mark English. I make videos. I'm a vlogger on YouTube.
Oh, I've just called you Julia there.
Yeah, and I am a director. I make films as well. I've got a couple of feature films I've done. I'm very interested in history and heritage. I'm very interested in higher consciousness, and I'm very interested in the paranormal, and I'm interested in lots and lots of things. Please be my friend.
We will be your friend. Sorry about calling you Julia there, because I didn't change that I managed to change this graphic.
It's a compliment, sir. It's a compliment.
But if I cut to you directly, you suddenly become Julia. I'm sorry, but I can't change it now. It's all too late.
That's fine. I'm going to turn the TV off.
There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the lovely Mark English. And is it the ectoplasm, Dave Yved asks? What is ectoplasm?
Ectoplasm is something, it's a substance that apparently appears. I've never seen it. I think it's a myth.
Is it just the Victorians with cotton wool coming out of them?
Yeah,
That's what I always think.
I think it's a myth invented when the Victorians were faking a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I've never heard mediums or psychics talk about it. I think it's all a myth.
It's a great
As a paranormal investigator, I'm very skeptical, so I do sort of debunk a lot of things.
Good man. It's I love the word though. As somebody who enjoys word ectoplasm.
Yeah, I think of the ectoplasm. Is it Ecto One in Ghostbusters? You know, the vehicle.
Oh,
That's what I always think when I hear that word.
Oh, there you go. Fantastic. Ectoplasm. If by any chance, ladies and gentlemen, you happen to have a bit of ectoplasm lying about your house, we do want to see it. So do send in a spoofed up photo and we will enjoy that. That will be fantastic.
I can see the comments, by the way, but I need to turn around to the other computer to look at them.
Okay,
But
that's
hello,
right.
everybody said hello. Hello.
Fantastic. Look at that. Lots of people saying hello. David Vad says, are you taking the piss? I've already done that joke. I went and deliberately did that joke. Mind you, there is a delay. Some people won't get the joke until next Wednesday. Mark Sadler is also doing the same joke. Thanks very much. Poor jokes by me, says David Vet. All right, there we go. He's already acknowledged it. Sean James Cameron says, I used to know someone called Mark Windows. That would be great. You know, how many people know people with very odd names or names that do their job, like John Carpenter, who actually is a carpenter. That would be interesting. If you are one of those people, did your surname influence you to take up that craft? That would be interesting too.
Well, that's how surnames came about. In England,
yeah, that's right.
It was your profession or what you did as a trade, I think. Please, people correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that was the case.
Yeah, no, I read. Now let me get this right. That the Normans, when they came over, the Normans had people by the district. So you'd have. I'm just trying to think, but they always had, so and so from such and from a place.
Yes.
And the Anglo-Saxons, who didn't want to be Norman, would associate themselves by what they did. So
that could be wrong. I did not know that. That sounds like it could be very well true, actually.
I read it in a big thick tome only the other day. So you just happen to, that little piece of nugget of information is just, floating. It hasn't quite been raised by another nugget of information like it does. Is your memory like that, where you read up on a subject, you go out and do a video and you might waffle about it, and then you seem like you know all about it, and then a month later somebody, that video, that church that you said such and, you go, firstly, what church, and secondly, I can't remember what I said, I'll have to look in the video. Do you get that?
Like you, I get it all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone's an expert. Everyone's an expert.
But the thing is, I can't remember. I've mugged
Well,
up.
my output's not as much as yours because I work,
that's true.
full time. So, but yeah, usually I can remember sometimes what I've said, especially if recent videos.
Yeah, well, if it's that, yes, if it's recent. But I mean, I find that people will ask me something about something, and I'll go, oh, and I once interviewed this bloke called, I can't remember if it was Simon Platt or Stephen Platt. Anyway, he wrote a very interesting book on smugglers. Big thick thing about smugglers, and I went to interview him years and years ago for the old Vobe show, and I said to him, "Can we?" And it turned up, and he said, "Now, just before you ask me lots of questions, any chance you could tell me what they are? Because the chances are I won't remember what I've written in the book."
Makes sense.
Because he said, the thing is, you write a book, and when you're writing it, you've got all the references all around you, and you write it up, and people assume that you know everything. He says, well, I do know it. I know where to get the information from, but I can't always bring it to mind.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've got a book published. I can't remember if it's 10 years ago. I can't remember everything that's in there.
We're not walking encyclopedias,
No.
apparently. Daily Walker says, part of my job is to walk and inspect the railway lines. Is that like the old wheel tapper, but for railways? That would be interesting. And do wheel tappers still exist? Is that, was that? I know it really was a job because Will Hay did it in one of his videos, didn't he? Oh, Mr. Porter. Did he not do that? Oh, you know Will Hay, sure.
I know who Will Hay is. I've never seen any of his films.
Have you not? Oh, you've missed out on some
not
classic
my cup of
British.
tea, sir.
Not your cup of tea. Oh, dear. Last Train's gone. They were the days. Moore's Marriott and the other one, whose name has now escaped me. Brilliant stuff. Sean James Cameron says, in Wales, the job is also the name, Jones the Bones, hence The Undertaker. That's interesting. Champs the Champ, says Julia about Emily Champion.
Lovely champs.
Yeah, she must be the Wonder Horse. Champion,
Yes,
do you remember that? Champion the Wonder Horse?
Yes, indeed.
Sean Ford says, I do love water and streams. Mm-hmm. Good. And Ernie,
Fantastic, yeah.
I know sometimes the comments can come delayed, and you think, "Oh, hello, what was that in reference to?"
I like blades of grass.
Do you? Who said that? You
Me.
did. Emily Champion says, funnily enough, I had a Care Bear when I was a kid. It was Champ Bear. My surname was Allen.
Oh.
So I say, as a kid, so this is your, of course, it's maybe your married name now, Emily Champion. You married a man called Champion. And I hope that, it's like somebody like that, you always hope that they're going to live up to their name. I'm going to marry him. He's a champion. He is. I shall be a champion. And who knows?
I mean, my name English. Can I master our language? Probably not.
Yes, there you are. See, it's interesting. English. I think English is a lovely name. I wish that was my surname. Doing A Quest for England by Richard English. It'd be a bit poncy though. That would be probably.
No, not at all. I like Vobes. It's
Good telephone directory
Good
name,
name.
that one. Yeah. Matt Doe says, yes, wheel tappers do still exist. It is a safety check.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I presume, do they still check it by sound? Or do they have an electronic instrument, like a bassoon? And they play the bassoon next to the wheel. And if the wheel whistles, you know it's the train. I don't know. Arthur English. Yeah, Arthur English. You must.
Arthur. I remember when I was a kid, there was a rumour that my parents started that he was a relative of ours.
Oh, really? He wasn't?
No, of course not. English is actually quite a common name, but I fell for it.
Do you? Yeah, well, why wouldn't
you?
you?
Be gullible.
Arthur English. He was great. I used to love Arthur
English.
He was,
yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We could sit here and wax lyrical about all these old sort of cameo character actors.
Great character actors, yes.
Yeah.
Sort of 60s and 70s.
And I think we English, there we are, look, I've just suddenly joined the clan. We English had particular, I mean, I don't know about now really, modern films and stuff, but just in those 50s, 60s and 70s, real good old-fashioned character actors in the films, the supporting roles that never really amounted to any more than just a few, but the moment they came in, you went, oh, look, it's, and you may not know who they were, but you instantly recognised the face and just thought, oh, they're so good.
Yeah. I've got a couple of friends on Facebook who've been sort of like good supporting actors for many years on TV and that. You go, oh yeah, I know your face. But could maybe not put a name to it.
Exactly, absolutely. Andrew Norris says, like Chuck Norris is my uncle, as I tell people here. Oh, do you? Graham Moffat. Oh, there we go. Graham Moffat was the other person in the Will Hay films. That's right, Graham Moffat. He was he was the little fat chappie, wasn't he? He was great. Good old Graham Moffat. Used to love him. Where they all, I don't know, where they found them was great. Elaine Whitlock says, hi, Bonnie, we're on the trains. Right, Colonel Crogratti says, does a lot of he does. Yeah, hang on a minute. Peter
Norman
Piper
Collier
picked a
again.
peck of pickled pepper. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. There we are. Got it.
You mean you didn't do your warm-up, sir? You didn't do your warm-up?
I'm so sorry. He came running in from the cold. It's raining here in jolly old...
Yeah, it's raining here,
is
yeah.
it? It's miserable weather.
now.
It's miserable weather. The trains are going towards...
Summer, please.
Oh, yes, the train's going towards Brighton cancelled, and it was pouring rain. Yeah, wrong kind of rain, probably. Wrong kind of rain. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have... so let's have a look. See, I'm going to have a look. Lots of emails have come in with hats, which is fantastic. First off the mark is Ron Langley, who has sent in this picture of hats, and they are hilarious. Let's have a look at these. Here we go. Favourite hats. I don't know what they're watching on the telly. That should have been the Vobes show there, shouldn't it? But never mind. But so you've got a leather, what is that? Like an Aussie hat on the right-hand side that Ron is wearing. And Elaine there has a sort of, looks like a 1920s. Would you say that you're in theatre land? Mark, you'd be able to recognise that. Can you see it?
Well, I'm theatre. I'm not a costume designer. I would say probably 1920s.
Yeah. It looks that sort of flappers type thing.
Yeah. That's it. Flapper. Is that? Yeah.
Is that a thing? Flappers?
Yeah. Actually, that's a very good question. Is it still? I don't know.
Well, I think it came from slappers, but then it moulded into flappers, didn't it? Because slappers became a derogatory term.
Yeah.
So that's good. What else have we got here? Oh, that was me. Hat night. Yes, so here some fantastic hats from Chris Navard. Let's have a look at his. We may start off with Chris, actually, give us in a good mood with the video, but let's have a look at his crazy hats here.
It's fabulous.
Oh, look at that. He is a crazy person, and it's lovely to have him sending in stuff for the show. Love that. Of course, there are those that will go, oh no, it's cultural disappropriation or whatever it is. A load of old cods, that is. And here is the... Oh, look at that. That he looks like a job's worth there, doesn't he? He's come up to you in the car park, looking down at you as you're sitting in your window. You're winding the window. No, you can't park here. So I'm so sorry, you can't park.
You need to move along, sir. You need to move along.
You wouldn't want to argue with him, though, would you? Because he does look like a hefty bloke that would lift your car and just toss it into the canal. I don't know whether he is really, but he does look a bit like that in that picture. I'd like to strongly say that. Brilliant, that is. That's brilliant. So, Fat, we will pause because Chris Navard is too posh to wash. Know what I mean? Let's go and find out.
Oh, hello. A little song about smelly people. One I wrote some time ago, one you may have heard of a few times before, but not this way anyway. Here we go. It's called Too Posh to Wash. Don't you know? I'm too posh to wash, don't you know? My barber jacket smells of beer. My willy is quite smelly and my armpit smells of jelly. 'Cause I'm too posh to wash, don't you know? I'm too posh to wash, don't you know? I have a country secret I've been held. A former merchant banker, but I'm still very much a wanker. 'Cause I'm too posh to wash, don't you know? I'm too posh to wash, don't you know? Not had a bar since Michelangelo, but now I sell antiques to upward murmur creeps. 'Cause I'm too posh to wash, don't you know?
Oh, that is funny. That is funny. Thank you very much indeed. That's is Chris
really good.
Nevada,
I
isn't it?
played it on the other computer while we were. So, yeah, very, very good. Very
That was
good.
hilarious. His Willie is too smelly. I like that. So lots of comments there. David Vad says, "Is that John Dowland?" I haven't heard of him, but I guess he must be a sort of country singer type, sort of folk singer type thing. Linda Kane says, "Looks like the chap from the Royal Family." Oh yeah, I can't remember what his name was. Tales of the Riverbank tune. No, that's not Tales of the Riverbank. The Tales of the Riverbank goes da da dum da da dum da da dum 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 da dum 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 da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da da dum da da dee da da dum da 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 da. Anyway, it goes on like that. But very lovely that was. Jonathan Fox says that's amazing. Sean Ford is having a laugh. Great song. Colonel Craig Rattier. Lane says that was absolutely great. Robert Morsley says brill. John B says very nice. Julia says fantastic. Thanks, Chris. And Bonnie at 10 says Quentin Crisp never never dusted. He claimed after the first quarter inch of dust, it got deeper. Well,
that was from a 1971 documentary about Quentin Crisp, where the BBC went to his flat in London. Yeah. And after 4 years, the dust doesn't get any worse. There's a message to all the housewives out there.
So just wait 4 years.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to bother. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. That was great. Thank you so much, Chris. We look forward to the next one. And actually, if you I don't know what Chris is, off the top of my head, he does a great YouTube channel with little model, not planes, trains and various things. But he does have slight crazy characters coming in from time to time. Very entertaining. Do check him out on the Tube of Views. And indeed, Mark English has a very lovely channel on the Tube of Views. Do you not?
I do indeed, yes. I've been on YouTube since the beginning, but it's my main YouTube channel is Mark English YouTube, MARQ Mark English. I'll put a link in the older
stick it, bung it in it. It might disappear. I might have to copy and paste it because sometimes I don't know how it's set up. Sometimes I have to somehow approve it or I don't know. Julia is saying ectoplasm again. I don't know why. Ectoplasm in the photo. Oh, Veg Grower Podcast. Any ectoplasm? Has somebody sent in a picture of ectoplasm? Hang on, I've got to go and check. Hats is what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely, lovely hats. Ghost photo. Yes, here we go.
Okay.
Ghost.
Debunk? Am I debunking something?
I'm looking.
I don't think no.
Let's have a look. Here it is. Richard Sugget ghost picture. I think he's seen one.
Oh my God, that is definitely Freaky Friday.
Yeah, that is scary.
Macabre Monday. Macabre Monday.
Yeah, the ectoplasm must be the veg grower bit that's coming out of his head.
Look at that.
Oh, that is scary.
100% genuine. 100% genuine.
I'm just looking at that 3-pin adapter up there on the right-hand side of the picture, just looking to see if it's overfilled with electricity. Is that what's causing the...
I think most people's ones are. Mine are.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But if I'm not using an appliance, I don't have it plugged in. I would unplug it if I'm not using it.
Oh, do you? You're a very sensible man. Very sensible man. Thank you very much, Mr. Sugget.
Thank you, Richard.
That was hilarious. If anybody else has got a picture of you looking at a ghost, we'd love to see it, as we like a little bit of interaction. The lovely Julia has sent in her favourite hat. Here we go. And I have to say, she's looking gorgeous as ever. Look at that. She might be here in person. You never know later on in the show with that very hat. Who knows? But there she is with what looks like freshly purpled hair, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what you told me last night. So on the show. So.
Oh, did you? Oh, there we are. Yeah. Did you do a show last night then?
I did. Yeah, you were in it.
Oh yes, that's right. I was cooking my dinner at the same time. Yeah. It was great. It was a lovely chinwag because there was some sporting event going on, and it was lovely not to get involved in that.
Well, help me out here because for some bizarre reason I put it on my Facebook status. I don't know if there was some sort of sorcery involved, but I ended up watching the extra time and the penalties. I don't like football. What was that all about? I don't know. I think I might need to lie down or something.
Now the thing is, you can't help but hear what the score was. Like, I was deliberately not interested. I mean, I wanted England to win, but it's
Yeah,
not.
same here.
It's not my game. Tiddlywinks Championships, I would have been there. And I would have been eager to take part. But football, I'm just
not my
cold.
thing, yeah.
I just don't,
Yeah.
played it at school, hated it, didn't really like it, just wasn't my thing. Don't really enjoy watching millionaires running around in shorts, to be honest with you. So it's
No.
just not my thing. But you couldn't help, but I couldn't understand because when I looked at the score, it said England won. Who was the other mob? Italy.
Italy.
They had won. So but England lost. So I couldn't quite, because they said it was 1-1, and yet England. So I don't understand how that works.
Okay.
So I gathered there was penalties, but
It was one on penalties, apparently.
all right. It's a bit boring if it's just one on penalties. That's like
Yeah, I know. There's no action to that, is there?
I don't even. You see, I'm so ignorant. I don't even know why you have penalties, because penalties seem
Yeah.
to be. It's a ridiculous idea that one person can whack straight at the goal, and there's only this one bloke in the goal, and it's like much better if they're kicking it and sharing it and kicking it,
Yeah.
and then they kick it in, and it's like if he got it, he didn't. But anyway, what
I mean,
do
the
I know?
buzz was amazing. I mean, I do like things where everyone's out in force and the buzz was really good. But yeah, I'm like you. Football really leaves me cold, I'm afraid.
But,
most sport does.
Yes, well, that's the thing. I am the person who would love to have a go. I'll have a kickabout if you and I and Richard Sugget and a few others got together and said we'll have a game, and you just put I was mentioning this in the show the other day, and you put your jumpers down and make a goal. I'm all for having a go, but to watch religiously week after week other people doing it, you just think, well, why don't I do it? But
Yeah.
then, if everybody wanted to be a video star, then there wouldn't be any viewers, I suppose. So it works both ways.
Different tastes. I know. We're in the minority, but
Yeah.
you know.
But anyway, I'm glad. I'm glad that we got up to whatever stage that was, because we hadn't done it for 50 odd years. And apparently there's a World Cup next year.
Is it? Oh, right.
I heard.
Once again.
So they're rolling on that. So anyway, it's all well done to everybody. Apparently there was some racial slurs or something. I mean, that was what the
Yeah,
news
that was pretty
But that's-
disgusting. That was.
I think one's got to, if you're going to play sport, you've got to play the game, haven't you? And you go, well, congratulations and bad luck. Better luck next time, and that's it. Everyone be nice. Anyway, let's have a look at another hat, and then we'll go to another video. This is Trev's Travels.
We're talking about racism. Let's look at another hat.
Let's have a look at
I love
another.
that.
Yeah,
What a great link.
Yeah, this show just is so smooth, and you wouldn't know that was a sort of ka-chunk.
Yeah, loved it. Loved it.
So Trev's Travels by Narrowboat says, "Hi Richard, I have a few hats. When I was in the US, people kept giving me hats, and here is a picture of them. My favourite is the flat cap at the front. Let's have a look at these. Oh my goodness, yeah, there's a lot of hats there. Here we go. And I agree, flat cap. I'm not a great lover of baseball caps, to be fair.
I couldn't wear one. No.
I mean, I have, funny enough, I've got one hanging on my peg, which I bought when it was raining as an emergency one time because it was like really cheap. But they just don't suit me. My dad used to wear a baseball hat and he looked ridiculous in it. And he was, in his 70s then, and he would wear this stupid baseball hat. And I thought, just put on it, a flat cap would be better. It may be a bit northern, but But anyway, Trev's Travels, that's great. I made a rude remark the other day because our friend Matthew Holdsworth, I don't know whether he's done it yet, was going on the narrowboat. Has he done that yet? Has he been?
I don't think he has yet. Oh, that's a good question. No, he just liked my status on Facebook, so
Yeah.
He probably hasn't yet. Matthew, if you're watching, let us know.
Yeah. Anyway, I know that he said that, I think it was Matthew, he said he'd bought a captain's hat. One of those.
Did.
I know.
No.
And I made a joke about it, and I was castigated. Is that the right word? I was chastised for, and I just thought it's the most naffest thing to go on a narrowboat, isn't it? And where, that's what the the plebs wear, isn't it?
Yeah.
The tourists.
It's hardly a cruise ship, is it?
No, but hey ho. So you want I'm sure that Trev, who travels by narrowboat and lives on his narrowboat, would never have one of those naff. They're like a kiss me quick hat, isn't it? Really, down on the seaside. Gambling on snails, says Bonnie, is bizarre, and cheering them on is even more bizarre. Has anyone done snail racing? John B says snail racing can be quite exciting. Rufus says, who's the chap then? I need enlightenment. He's Scottish. The Scottish need a lot of enlightenment, I think. David Vad says, Mark, any thoughts on past life regression?
An absolutely intriguing subject, especially when it involves children. There's some great captivating reports and accounts of kids having past life regression, remembering a former life that they sort of lose when they get to about 11 or 12, and then they don't think about it again until they're adulthood. And then, but yeah, very, very intriguing. Whether it's true or not, I'm not sure, but there's some pretty compelling reports that make you scratch your head out there. So yeah, something I'm all for higher consciousness anyway, so without getting into deep sort of philosophical and spiritual subjects, but I think it's
how would you define high consciousness? What would you how is that?
Going beyond our our consciousness and going beyond the three-dimensional world that we see, which I don't think is a proper reality.
Right. Okay.
It's something for a Monday night.
When I was much younger, I used to hypnotize people. My dad used to hypnotize people, and I kind of got into it for a while in my late teens, early 20s. And there was a chap called Marcus, can't remember his name, from Lancing, funnily enough. I say funnily enough only because Julia lives there. That's not really funny, but anyway. And such a great name, Lancing, because you always imagine that they've all got boils.
Lancing College.
They've all got boils and they're going around like this all day long, Lancing. Anyway, I used to hypnotize him, and one of the things I used to do was hypnotize and do a hypnotic regression on him, and he was very susceptible to hypnosis and would come out. He was a Roman soldier in one of his, so this is, you take it with a pinch of salt, of course, but he said he was a Roman soldier, and he was also, but the clever thing was, whether it was made up or whether he was definitely under hypnosis, he wasn't really aware of what he was saying. I can vouch for that, but he didn't pretend to be, or he didn't come out as anyone famous, which was very wise. Because it's most unlikely that you'll pick somebody at random who is A, susceptible to hypnosis, B, can be regressed to a supposed past life, and C, is then turns out to be Henry VIII or something. You know.
I know that actually, I've read reports, there's actually like conventions for people who've had past life experiences. And I heard from a report from someone that the same person, historical figure, both turned up at the same place.
Oh, gosh.
So they both can't be.
Yeah.
Well, so that's when it gets a bit silly.
I mean, he must have been about 18, and I hypnotized him, and he was somebody from France, and he was speaking fluent French. Now, he didn't speak French.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
The only caveat was I didn't speak French myself, so I couldn't actually tell you whether it was real French. He wasn't going, it's me, I am a regress from another life.
He was speaking proper,
He was speaking French, and what I should have done, of course, is recorded all of this and then checked the names. But you have
to do that on me sometime. Although I'm very hard to hypnotise. Yeah, very hard. I don't think I go under.
No, I think the thing is, if you're that way inclined, you're inquisitive about it, you're so busy thinking, oh, is this what it's like? Am I going now? And all the time the conscious mind is doing that. You're not letting go. And that's
really fascinating tale, Richard. That's really interesting.
Yeah, no, I haven't done it for a long time. I'd love to find, because there was a point when I could look at somebody. I can't do that now, but after a while, you do it for a while and you know who is susceptible and who isn't. And I was pretty much bang on. There was something about them that made you realise they're very susceptible and that you could hypnotise them quite quickly. Yeah. But I couldn't look at somebody now and do it unless I spent time doing it. There was just something about that person. Fascinating.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
Anyway, brilliant. Let's go to a video then. Let's have a look in the old video box. And in the video box tonight, you're looking in my ear. You can't see that.
Yeah, I can. Sorry, I was looking at the comments.
Yeah, no, I know. He's just suddenly. Oh, there you are. You appeared. It looked like you were looking in my ear. Jackie Hammond has Jackie HW has been in touch, and she said she's bought a new phone. This is the iPhone 12. I don't know how new that is or what state of the art, what have you. However, she said
the quality is rubbish.
It's rubbish. And I think that's how it's been encoded, because actually it was a really small file that came in, and I've had to stretch it to meet the screen. So I'm sure your phone is really good. She says in her email that she was advised in one to record in 4K at 30 frames a second, which is, you don't need to record in 4K to send into the Vobe show. 1080.
Or even put on YouTube.
Or to put on YouTube. It's huge file sizes, and it'll take up space. So you don't really need to do that. The other one was to do it in 1080, I think, at 60 frames a second. And again, that's quite... 1080, you can do it at 60 frames if you want. I usually film... This is a question, actually. Let me just come back out of this and get you into a bit more of a double thing, because she was after some advice. I usually film at 24 frames a second in 1080p.
I'm 1080p at 60 frames per second, but when I put it on YouTube, I upscale it to 1440, which is the next scale up.
Oh, do you? So
there's a reason for my madness on that one.
No, but I film at 24 frames a second to have more of a film look.
Yeah. That's why it comes across the well. And also, you've got really nice lenses. You look, even on the GoPro, it still looks great. But yeah, I'm 60 frames per second. Or has that been for years?
I used to do my corporate stuff at I used to do it at 25 frames, because that's PAL in the old days, in the days of the cathode ray tube televisions, so that it got the right UK hertz, whatever it is. And so I filmed at 25 frames a second at 50. What's the other thing? 50, 60. Wait a minute, 60 frames. No, wait, I'm confused now.
25 frames per second. No.
The numbers. I hate the numbers. 24 frames a second at... What's the 60 then? That's the...
Oh, you're talking about not frame rate, aperture and...
No, because it's 25 frames a second, and then you double it to...
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's just gone out of my head. We were just mentioning it. Anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got it written down right here.
Oh.
I know, because I wrote it down a couple of weeks ago.
All right. I just got out of
Look
my
among yourselves.
Yeah. Well, it's not frames per second, because that's frame rate.
Frame rate.
No, that is frames per second. Someone's help it.
Shutter speed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The shutter speed. Of course, that's it. Oh, we didn't mention that. But anyway, that's what I meant. Yeah, the shutter speed, of course. So it's 25 frames. So I was filming in 25... This is very boring for everybody. I was filming in 25 frames per second, and you basically double that for your shutter speed. And so if you're filming at 24 frames, you try and do it at 48, but there isn't a setting for 48, so you tend to do it at 50. But if you're filming at 30 frames a second, then you'll do it at 60.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a quick bit of advice. I'm probably going to move on from this, but you don't. People shoot on 4K. I shot a movie on 8K. I don't know why you don't need to do 4K for YouTube. You really cannot tell the difference. It gets so compressed. It's going to look good in 1080p. And if you look at 1080p and a 4K one on YouTube, it's not much of a difference. Even if you've got a good resolution monitor.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I mean, for especially for home and family and for amateur stuff, why have the huge file sizes? You've got to edit and all of that.
That's it. Huge.
That's one thing. I mean, I don't shoot on 4K, but
I don't. My computer won't be able to handle it anyway.
Reasons that you might want to, of course, is if you've got say drone footage, you might shoot that on 4K so that you can cut in, or if you're filming somebody in an interview and you want to sort of trim in, you don't lose resolution on 1080 then.
That's where it comes into its own. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there are reasons for doing it, but I mean, I don't bother. And unless you're doing something very, very I don't know, filmic or something, and you want to grade the colours and you want more control, or if you're doing chroma key and you want more control, then 4K is always going to give you more things, but it's just bigger file sizes. Sean James Cameron
YouTube
says
YouTube specifically, really, when people go, I've shot in 4K, and okay.
Sean says that 4K works in gardening, and I imagine if you've got a lot of plants and leaves and a lot of detail on the screen, then it probably does. But as you just said, when you upload it to YouTube compress it down anyway, and in the end, it looks nothing like your original.
And there's also a lot to do with, as Richard knows very well, it's also not so much what resolution you shoot it in. Obviously, you want a good resolution. It's also the lenses you're using as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So less is more. And I used to shoot everything in 720, even when things went
My
to
feature
1080.
films were in 720 back in the day. You
Yeah.
know, I've scaled them since, but
Ultimately, the quality of the picture is irrelevant to the quality of the content, to the story. If you've got compelling story going on, it doesn't matter. You know, people still watch things like Laurel and Hardy,
Laurel and
and you know that's grainy, it's scratchy, it jumps, and all of that. But if it's compelling, you'll watch it. So
I remember Laura and Hardy when they colorized old episodes.
yeah.
And that was very weird.
It was, yeah, because then it was down to somebody's subjective view to what they look like in colour. Anyway, we were going to go to Jackie Hammond in. So I don't know whether we've confused you more, Jackie, with our
sorry, Jackie.
Yeah, our nonsense about ratios and things. But to send into the show, send it in at 720p, and that's just so you know, the 720 is the last of the numbers. It's something by 720. I think it's 1280, isn't it? 1280 by 720. And the P means progression, but you don't have to worry about that. So if it's 1080, that'll be the last of the two numbers. You get whatever the first number is times by 1080, because it's describing going along and upright. I think it's going along and upright, or it's upright and going along, isn't it? Yeah, that's right, yeah. Going along and upright. Upright is the last number, which is the 720. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's go back in the video box and watch your video. Thank you for sending that in. How marvellous was that? That was very
Really
beautiful.
enjoyable. That was really enjoyable.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
Yeah,
that
thank
was
you.
really nice. And I think Chris Navard said it was the resolution was great, just was a bit compressed. And actually, it was very small when it came in. I had to stretch it to fit, as I said, which probably explains why it's a little bit pixelated on those transitions. But mostly, it was great. So we'll try and help you out with the settings. I missed a little bit of it because I suddenly remembered that before the show, what time is it now? Golly, I put some bread in the oven to cook, and it's been in there for about an hour. It's only supposed to be in there for 15 minutes, so I've made a loaf of toast. I will bring it up and open it on the show before the end of the show, if I remember, because it's quite comical when you make a loaf of toast. So stupid. I put it in, and I looked at it just before we came on the show, and I thought, it just needs a little bit more, and I put it back in. And the thing about cooking on the Essie is because it has a chimney, all the fumes and the smell goes up the chimney, and you don't know. And so you don't get that until you open the oven, and then you've cooked something, you get the lovely smells. But you shove it in there, you just don't know. And if you forget that you've put a loaf of bread in the oven, I could wake up tomorrow and it would be still in there, and I'd have no knowledge that, you wouldn't get the warning smell. But anyway, so I'll bring that up. Hilarious. Are you a bit of a cook, Mark?
Me, no, absolutely, completely and utterly not.
No?
I can't cook to save my life. No.
What's your favourite dish that you can't cook?
Probably a good roast. Actually, everyone loves a good roast.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing a lot of people have missed is a good pub lunch. I know you can start doing them again now, but
yes,
I can't cook. I'm not a cook at all. No.
I
don't eat that much because I say people know I do intermittent fasting and all that kind of thing. So I only eat not one meal a day and maybe a little snack before I go to bed. That's about it. So sometimes I don't eat for about 16 hours.
Have you done a video on your fasting?
No, because there's so many brilliant videos out there already about the benefits and everything. So
okay.
I don't think I might do. I've been doing it. 3.5 years now. I'm sort of fasting every day. Yeah, there's some.
But I think it would be interesting because you've got, there might be a lot of videos out there, and that's the thing. But if people don't know to look, they won't know where to go. Whereas your followers might just be interested. I would be interested to hear how you approach it, what you do eat, when you do eat, how much you allow yourself, and
I don't count calories. Never have. God,
no, exactly. But I think that would be great in a video because
I'll look into that.
I'd be interested in that.
One sentence is always it's not so much what you eat, it's when you eat.
Right.
It's a good starting point.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, thank you. I might just do that.
Yeah,
I might just do
definitely.
that.
That would be fascinating. What else have we got there? I was making a roast today, says Lisa up there.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely.
Gravy,
I'd pop round, but there's a big ocean between you and us.
Lovely.
I was, says Bonnie, on Couples Come Dine With Me last year. It was a hilarious experience. Yeah, we'd love to hear about that sometime. We have to get you on the show to talk about that because these TV programs in which it looks like it all happens very quickly, it takes forever. I know that you said that by the time you sat down to eat it, Bonnie, it was stone cold because they were filming this and filming that, and it's not like what it is. Edward Moulding says charcoal loaf. Yeah, that's pretty much what we got here. I was run out of bread, you see, and I thought, I'll just make some more. I'll have to make some more now. Never mind. I need one of those chef's hats. Yes, good idea, John B. Perhaps I can command some respect that way. Let's have a look and see if we've got any more hats to look at. Time is ticking. Mark Burgess. Here is Mark Burgess's, not Burgess's, in his hat. Look at that. That's a nice, warm, comfy hat. It's got a floating elephant above him. I wonder if that's just part of the aura of the hat. If you need to make an elephant float, there is a sort of special spiritual connection.
I can send you a hat if you bear with me.
Okay. Oh, I'd love to see that. That's the hat. And there's the Vogue in the background. And there it is. Is that a beanie hat? What would you call that, Mark? Has that got a special name? Be interested to know. Mark English has gone to find his hat. Meanwhile,
Photo.
Where is it?
It's a photo.
Are you looking for it?
Yeah, I think I know where it is. That's why I'm still here.
Sean James Cameron. Oh my God, this is Sean James Cameron, a very young Sean James Cameron, dashing-looking chap there, in a hat. I'm not sure that's his favourite hat, and quite what that was, but something looks like a clip from television. I'm sure he'll tell us about it. Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much. I love this interaction business where people send stuff in. Have we got any other hats? I'm just looking down in the emails. There's lots of emails. Oh no, that's something else. Glad Rag News. What the hell is this? This is a bit of spam, isn't it? Glad Rag News. 2 paid jobs going here. Oh, Glad Rag Costumes. We hired costumes, Julia and I, to go to the Regency Townhouse 2-3 years ago. And I've got an email from them saying that this particular place is recruiting 2 part-time roles. Fundraising. Oh, who wants to do that? And communications officer. Yeah, that sounds a bit boring. Pays £15 to £18 per hour. If you're interested. It's more than what I get.
Sorry, I can't find it.
Oh,
Sorry.
That's a shame. What a shame. Shameful. If you've got a picture of your favourite hat, do that. Sean James Cameron says there are 3 hats in that email. Oh, is there? Sorry, I just picked the first hat. Oh yes, here we go. This is Sean James Cameron's second famous hat. I think that's the one we see him in his very entertaining and educational YouTube channel. That lovely hat with a chest full of carrots. At least I hope they're carrots and nothing else. They're very lovely. And there it is. Look at that handsome devil. Fantastic. He scrubs up well.
Hat. Like that.
He scrubs up well, doesn't he? That's Sean James Cameron. Marvellous. Thank you very much for that. Grand. Okay, I think we'll go to another video if that's all right. David Ved says cheese or ham. What for the sandwich? 3 hats in the post. John B. 3 hats in the post for Richard. Oh, John, thank you very much. I'll just quickly check. Perhaps I need to He's put them in the post. That's no good. The old snail mail. Right, okay, going into whole load of lots of interesting stuff. But I think we will go swimming. Fancy a swim, Mark?
Why not? Let's do it.
This is Andrew Norris. He is going for a swimming in, I can't remember, I always get these names in bloody Croatia wrong. Where is his email? Hang on, blah, 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 Mark. Where is it? Oh, there it is, right at the top. Fool I am. Here it is, in Dalmatia. I know I've not pronounced that right. Dalmatia, is it? It's probably pronounced something differently. But anyway, let's have a little look at swimming. Where are you, Mr. Norris? Here he is. That was rather special, wasn't it? That was
fantastic.
underwater Jacques Cousteau style, crystal clear water. That was amazing. That
was incredible.
Thank you very much, Mr. Norris. He's very lucky because it looks like he's actually got summer in Croatia. They've actually got...
They've got a summer, 89 degrees, I think he said earlier.
Oh, is that what he said? It's like here, it's
Fahrenheit.
like, barely in two figures.
It's 24 by the weekend. It's 24 degrees by the weekend.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I might have my
I've sent you a hat pic. It might be a bit small because it's from 15 years ago, but...
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll get there in a second. I just want to show this one first that Joanna Suter has sent in. This is Jo Suter. Her hat. She looks lovely in it. I think she's...
Oh, my goodness.
She's aged a bit now, I think. I think she's a year older than that. Very glam. Oh, that's my phone singing away at me. Yeah, thank you, Joe. That's the lovely Suter. And we will go...
It suits you.
Yeah, it suits you.
Suits you, sir. Suits you.
We've probably grown into that hat. Let's have a look at Mark. Here he is. So what is the hat called?
It's a straw cowboy hat that I wore in my movie in 2005 called Return to Ravenswood. But my character had this hat in both and the sequel. So it's one that says Mark Hat. It's just like a straw, but I absolutely adore this hat.
Here we go. No, I got to refresh the thing. I was just hoping that sometimes the emails can be a bit slow.
Sorry about this, everyone.
No, don't worry. It's
I didn't know we were doing hats tonight. So
yeah, no, that's all right. It hasn't come through as yet.
Okay.
I've got a link for the show. Is it on that one? Oh, yes, it is on that one. Oh,
yeah,
yes,
the link
of course.
To the show, yeah.
Oh, it had come through. Oh, you look very dapper in this one. Here he is. Look at this. The amazing Mark English, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Very attentive.
I wasn't character. That's a publicity shot, but it was, yes.
In the days of youth.
In the days of youth. I was actually, hold on.
Yeah. Only last year. Well, we were all getting younger by the day.
Sure, but it's all mental attitude. It's all a mental attitude.
Yes, and most of us are mental. Here is Ernie. Ernie is in a hat. Do you want to see a picture of Ernie? Here he is.
Oh, wow.
Ernie Sammet. Look at that.
That's pretty good.
Complete with gun. So what costume is that, Ernie? What are you? Which service are you with?
That's amazing.
Is that like the Desert Rats? I like the way the hat is turned up. That's very sort of dapper, isn't it? He's very happy there. He's just machine gunned 25 people. And look at that grin on his face. You will die and I keep you down. Good man. Love that.
That's really good.
Fantastic. If you've got any more hat pictures, do send them in. So I just want to share a couple of pictures with the viewers. I've had an issue, ladies and gentlemen. I've had a horrible issue with this bloody neighbour of mine. You may remember in the Sunday chat I spoke about it, but she's had this car parked in my car space since Saturday or Friday. It's been days now, and it's still there. So I've done this.
Brilliant.
I've bloody boxed her in a bit.
Did she do it on purpose? I know there's you haven't got a designated space. I know, but
we do. Look, there's mine. 9, no parking, big letters. There's number 7. There's
you have got right. Okay, you have the designated.
And she
parking.
lives down here, down on the far end. But she parks it wherever she bloody well likes. So I just thought we can't damage her car and let her tyres down and all those things because that's illegal. But what I can do is have a delivery of logs that people have put in there. And apparently somebody's put those logs. I don't know. How awful would that be?
Who would have done that?
I don't know. It's a bit of because they're quite heavy, those logs.
Well, she'll know if she's watching this show, but that's doubtful.
She won't be watching this. She doesn't have much of a life, this woman. I don't think. But anyway, I thought I would share that. If anyone's got any... what I want is those great big concrete
ones. Stop travellers going in fields.
Exactly. That's what I want. But I want to be able to pull them into my garden very easily. So I need some sort of special trolley to do it. But then dump them in my space to stop her from parking, the wretched woman. It is enough to drive you to drink. Hello, Sailor. This is the lovely Champs. This is
What, Champs?
Here she is. Hang on, where is it? There it is. Hello, Sailor.
God, look at that.
Look at-
Stunning.
Yeah, so she'll be going on the narrow boat with Trev, I imagine. There you go. How about that? These two blokes completely ignoring her. How is that? How is that possible? I don't know. And thank
Mad
you.
as a box of frogs, that one.
Thank you, Emily. That was brilliant. And Nigel Sadler has, God, he's gone to the Pharaohs. Yes, Tutankhamun. Here he is
I mean,
with his Pharaoh hat. Yeah. It looks like a Photoshop job, but maybe they are... is it at the museum that you just buy them and put them on? Or is that a Photoshop thing? No, I was taking a picture. They look very serious, don't they? It's kind of half American Police meets Tutankhamun, doesn't it? It's like, is it an American show that you went to, Nigel? Because I expect you to pull out a Colt 45 and, kill somebody who's parked on next to a hydrant or something. Hey, very good. Love it. Good stuff. Keep them coming in. We enjoy that. Superb. Let's have a look at this thing. Who needs the thing? Sorry, the thing. The chat, whatever they call that. The live chat. There we are. That's what it's called. Who needs claps? Says John B. When you have logs, who needs clamps? Oh, that's what it means. Yes, I could clamp it. I did think about putting on the wall. You will park here and you'll be clamped. But I don't know.
Make sure you look at the legal.
I was going to say, I
that.
don't know what the legal ramifications are. We have a phone call. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Let's find out who's on the phone. I hadn't advertised the phone, but hello.
Hello.
Is that the Champs?
Yeah, it is.
Hello, Sailor.
Hello.
Oh, I'm going to put my feet up now. She'll be going on for ages.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, not at all. We've got some more videos. It's a compliment. So, how the devil are you? And isn't that a lovely, sexy picture of you?
I wanted to tell you about that outfit.
Yeah, do.
Now, that wasn't my hat. I was borrowing it off somebody. But that dress that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I had it. Cause this was the day of production that we were doing at school, and I was the director, and I was rushing around in the morning, and I thought, because the theme was sailors, on a boat and everything, I thought, I'll wear a sailor dress.
Yeah.
So I put this dress on. I bought it. It was brand new, and I had the dress on. I was just about to go out the door to go to work, and realised that the whole thing had ripped right from the top right to the bottom, so it literally came in half. So I had to then think quick, because I thought, oh no, I really wanted to wear this sailor dress for the production. I literally had to sew myself into that dress.
Oh my!
So
goodness.
I had it on, and I sewed it together. So I don't know if you want to look at the picture, but on the side, you see where my arm is?
Yes.
Underneath my armpit, all the way from under my armpit, all the way down, was totally ripped. Because it's a zip, but the whole thing just tore. The whole thing just perished.
I've just zoomed in under your armpit. Excuse me.
And I sewed it together. And I thought, the whole thing, I thought, oh no, asked me to come up on the stage and do a speech, and I thought I could just see it all tearing up. And me just having this bit of cloth just flapping.
Oh.
It happens to you, doesn't it?
I know.
It all happens to you.
I know.
You are a walking disaster zone.
I know.
Bless
don't know
you.
Why.
But at least you can laugh at it. That's the key thing.
I know. Honestly. I don't know how you managed to sew the thing when I was still wearing it. I felt like I was cross-eyed, and I felt twisted. And I was late for work, and everyone was panicking because they were like, "We've got to get the show on. The show's got to keep going. We've got to do it." And I'm worrying about this flipping dress. I could have just changed the dress, couldn't I?
Well,
that's too easy.
Yes,
that's too easy.
Well, of course, you're somebody who enjoys
I don't
the challenge.
like the way you've got the cursor right there.
I'm sorry, I've moved on the picture. I can't remember what it was now. What did I do with the cursor? I didn't put it over your nips, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry. It's just the old mind, playing double tricks. But how funny is that? But whilst you're there, the lovely Julia, not to be outdone, has got her hat similar to. It's a paper hat, apparently. This one, similar to Mark's. Is it similar to your?
Yes, yeah.
Similar in style.
Although Julia works it much better than I do.
Ah, well, you know.
Is
Yeah,
it
same kind of
jaunty?
hat, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So,
Needs to be jaunty.
oh, jaunty. Yes, you've got to have a jaunty hat. Thank you, Julia, for that.
Thank you.
So lovely. She says, "I'm so glad you joined in this evening, Mark.
Oh.
It's a great show."
Yeah.
She's just she
I'm
texted me.
filling
Actually.
very, very big shoes. Very big shoes.
She texted me a few minutes ago just
Didn't
to say,
dye your hair, Mark.
No,
No,
that's true.
that's coming in a couple of weeks' time, actually.
Oh, is it?
Oh, okay.
Grecian 2000.
No, it's a bit blonde. Get rid of some of the
Got
grey.
brill cream.
Now that
Brill cream? What is it, 1975?
Move it back.
do they still sell Brill cream?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they do,
They've
yeah.
jazzed it up.
They've jazzed it up. Does it come with sequins or something?
Yeah, it's like bejazzled.
So yeah, exactly. So now listen, champs, you're coming into the studio on something like the 18th or the 27th?
28th.
28th. Sorry, I can't
I'll
remember.
just be turning up. You'll be like, who's this?
Who are you? Are you going to wear your ripped dress? That's the question we want to
No,
know. Oh.
I should just turn. It'll probably be a rainy day, won't it? I'll have to
Well,
turn
of
up
course.
with my yellow coat.
If it's the 28th of July, let's think that's the summer. Yeah, rain.
Yeah.
This
Like
year.
that time when I turned up and it was chucking it.
Yeah, it certainly was. But
Can I ask a question to the lovely champs? Can she get through a sentence without laughing?
No, I can't. I laugh at everything. Everything
You do.
makes me laugh.
I've known you a few years now, and yeah, everything's you laugh at everything. I love it.
I do. And do you know what? I know, like, it really annoys some people. I know. I get that.
Does
But
it?
when I was,
Why does
yeah, no, it
laughing annoy
does.
someone?
I've had so many people say to me, "Why are you laughing?" Honestly, if I could have like £1 every time someone said that, they'll be like, "Why are you laughing?"
But laughing's
like-
good for you.
Yeah, I know.
gets the
But
old
sometimes I just
dolphins
find
going.
things funny. Yeah, the dolphins. Sometimes
When
they
you're
laugh.
stuck in the aquarium, that's what you need, a
Yeah.
good laugh, doesn't it?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
But,
But
yeah,
no,
so
honestly,
people.
I remember from the age of about, I don't know, 6, I had people say, "What's funny?" And honestly, I would find things funny, and I'd be like, "Why can't you see that? That's funny." I don't get it.
So I've got a funny picture for you to laugh at. This is homemade hats
I'll
from
be the
Joe
judge of that.
Suter. We saw Joe Suter a few minutes ago, and she was tiddly. Now she's tiddly again, but not in that way. Here
Not
she is.
tiddling.
Yeah, she's getting tiddly here with a man. So yeah,
Is this appropriate?
I don't know, but this show, we don't have any
No,
standards.
nothing's appropriate. no.
Nothing's appropriate. on this. Beautiful homemade hats, though. Look at that.
They will come up on my screen.
Actually, the guy
I'm just
there,
looking at your heads.
that chap there, looks a bit like Christopher Timothy from All Creatures Great and Small.
Ooh.
He died
come on,
recently.
hats.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
I don't
sorry.
know.
So Joe
I-
Suter's sitting next to a dead man.
I
Oh no!
wondered why he
Yeah,
wasn't
maybe-
doing his voiceover on the Yorkshire vet.
Oh, it's her brother.
I
There
did
we
think
go.
that. I did think that. Oh, I didn't know he died.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I didn't really know. I used to know him a little bit.
Well, how old
Oh.
was he?
In his 70s.
Oh, bless him.
Oh,
Yeah, very
blimey.
sad.
Here we go.
Oh, yes, it's come up now. He's cross-eyed. Who's that?
What's it? What?
That's Joe Suter's brother. But this now
Oh.
on the screen, I don't know. It's Ectoplasm Boy. We have Ectoplasm Boy. It is
So
so insulting. This is a man who shaved his beard off. Now, why are you laughing? For goodness sake, this is serious stuff. This is the Veg Grower podcast, Richard Sugget, Ectoplasm Boy. And there is, by his earring, look at that funny orange earring that he's got dangling on his... I
I
guess
don't know what you're looking at, but I'm
no,
looking
but there's a
at the other
delay.
people.
There's a delay, Emily. You
Oh,
know
Yeah,
this.
delay. Yeah.
There's
No,
a
I
delay.
know.
Yeah, but you
it's
don't
just
get it in real
throwing
time.
me. I'm like, what's he got on his head?
Yeah.
It's like, what?
We don't know. But it's hilarious.
Oh, no.
Thank you for that, Mr. Sugget. He's made us laugh as well.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Joe-
brilliant.
Is that the Jabba the Hutt one?
Yeah, yeah, could be. Could be taken on holiday. John B says some very strange folks out there tonight.
Oh, I've
That's
seen it now.
Very true. Christopher Timothy. David Vad says Christopher Timothy is still alive.
Oh no!
About that.
That's even
Oh,
worse.
Christopher Timothy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of the chap who was in. Oh goodness. Not Christopher. Someone else.
Spall.
Christopher Timothy. I have met a few times. Yeah, as
Good
well.
job we didn't all turn up to his funeral.
Oh my
was it?
God!
Oh,
There he
Christopher
is.
Timothy is alive and well.
He's
Yes,
alive and well. He's still got his arm up a cow. He hasn't got it out. But,
I was thinking of that funeral comedy with Thora Hurd and Christopher.
Oh yes, Last of the Summer Wine.
No. This was a funny show. Oh, Laugh at Someone, the most dreadfulest comedy ever put on the telly. How it lasted 100 years,
no.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Christopher. Yes, I got the wrong Christopher. I do apologise.
Oh no.
Christopher Plummer,
You have to
someone
retract that one.
suggested.
Retract
Hold on.
it. He's all right. He's alive. He's fine.
Christopher Beanie?
Christopher Beanie.
Christopher
Thank you.
Biggins.
Thank you.
Christopher Biggins. He's still alive.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
Nothing's
Biggins.
going to kill Christopher Biggins.
Everyone knows Biggins. Yeah.
Yes, that laugh will go
God.
on forever.
Yeah. My apologies.
Oh,
Sean
dear.
Ford agrees with Mark English that Last of the Summer Wine was dreadful.
Oh, one joke spread out.
Yeah, I
For
mean, in
30
its
years.
early iteration, it was quite funny.
I mean, comedy is subjective, of course.
It is
Of course
subjective.
it is.
I mean, Mr.
Well,
Mr.
if you're like me, you just laugh at anything.
Mr. Barraclough was the funniest thing in.
Don't laugh at a funeral, though, champs.
No.
I have done.
Don't
I
you
have
think
done.
Mr. Barraclough? He was funny in.
He turned up. Thornton Mackay.
Oh no!
No, not the chap who was in. What was his name?
Well, I
Not
can't remember
Thornton
his
Mackay.
real name, but Mr. Barraclough
Yeah.
from Porridge. Oh, I don't know about that, Fletcher.
Oh.
I think that's.
Fletcher.
Classic.
He was. I loved him. He was. Oh, Fletcher.
Oh
don't
no,
say-
Fletcher, no.
No, you can't.
Oh, fantastic stuff.
Mr. Mackay wants to see you, and I would put that under your pillow if I was you, Fletcher. It was just terrific. And of course, the voice of more cheese, Gromit. He was in.
Oh yes, yes. Oh God, I'm like you, and my names are going at my.
Yeah. Foggy.
yes.
That was his name, Foggy. Thank you very much. Yeah, but who was the? They're on the tip of the tongue. You know, on the not South Park's Chris. What's his name? Chris Park. No, who's the bloke who did the wrong trousers and all of that? Somebody.
Oh, do you know what? I do know
Armin
one of the. I do know one of the voices.
Peter
the,
Sallis, there we
the
are.
major.
Yes, thank you, Peter
Is it,
Sallis.
which one is? Is it a major or a general in the
What 40
the Wallace and Gromit?
I've
I
never
can't
seen
remember.
any-
But anyway, I know the guy who does the voiceover because he was my daughter's Lambda teacher.
What Peter Sallis?
No, it was, Glenn
Campbell.
Oh, I can't think of his name. Oh, it's gone off my head. Glenn something, but he was either the major or
The major in
Something.
40 Towers.
no. Oh, major. No, no, not that
All right,
major.
all right,
The one
all right,
out of
Major.
Wallace and Gromit.
Everything right, Major?
The greatest sitcom ever invented.
Thank you so much. You can see the sea. It's between the land and the sky.
You can see that.
Oh,
Oh no, we
dear.
can do
No, not
40
that
hours
major.
all night.
I wish you were a mouse. I'd show you. Glenn Miller, the wrong trousers. Anyone? Yes, there we are. We're all having
Glenn
a look.
Miller.
What?
He didn't have his trumpet out.
Let's hope not.
Matron.
No. Well, look, we have got more videos, and it's nearly 20 past.
I must stop.
Jeff Harrison has sent in. Sorry, Lord Jeffrey Harrison has sent in his lordship. My God, what kind of a hat is this? It looks like the ferret got hold of it. Let's have a look at this, ladies
has
and
it been
gentlemen.
run over? Roadkill.
Yeah, roadkill. This is a roadkill hat.
Oh my goodness.
I sat on a ferret the other day. There we are. Look. See, and what's that next to it? Kenko coffee. Bit of free advertising. Ice cold. Is it iced coffee? That's bizarre.
Product placement.
Yeah, there we are. See,
It's getting paid promotions.
we get Green Shield stamps now for that.
Oh,
Do you remember Green Shield stamps?
yes, I
Oh,
do.
They were the
My mum
days.
used to get them.
I used to love collecting them and
I'm
licking
far too young.
licking the backs of those.
Licking the lid of life.
Oh, yeah.
Licking what?
I'm not
The
quite
lid of life.
Oh, that.
Now, what about a dog? Do you agree with dogs wearing outfits? This dog is hilarious. This is Bertie Border
They don't mind it.
Bertie Border Terrier with a beanie hat being rude from Chris Navard. Have a look at that.
Got his middle paw up.
Bless his little socks.
I'm still waiting for the roadkill.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, right, I can see it now. It's
No,
come
there
up.
we go. Davy
Snap
Crockett,
on.
eat your heart out.
It's got snap on written on it. Would that mean the hat snaps on, snaps off?
Yeah, probably. It probably snaps your head off. Anyway, no, but that was the previous one. So you're in a time zone.
Oh God, I'm in the Bermuda Triangle here.
Now,
No, you're at my way. Come on.
Yeah, you're only up the road from Mark.
I know, I can hear him.
Yeah.
Oi, oi. Look at you laughing, girl. We need a microphone.
Oh,
We need the
dear.
internet.
I don't know. This is outrageous. So I'm going to go to a video, and then I'm going to go downstairs and get the bread.
get your brick.
Yeah, get my brick, my loaf of toast.
You love
Yeah.
loaf of toast.
You could put that behind that woman's car, couldn't you?
I could. Yeah, she'd never get out there. She wouldn't be able to lift that. Bloody
No.
hell. I need to. Yeah, I've got to do something
Oh, I
about
can
this.
see the dog now.
Oh, can you? There we are. Cool. That is a
Oh.
delay.
Yeah, it's really long. It doesn't normally take that long.
Oh, here we go. This is here we are. Look at this. This is Bonita. A bit of class now, ladies and gentlemen. After all that nonsense, that we've
Gone
had.
up market.
Yeah, another one's coming. This is Bonita in her wedding hat.
Oh,
How
yes.
about that? There we are. Look at that.
What a nice
See?
name, Benita.
Yes.
Nice name.
Sorry, Bonnie. I beg your pardon. She prefers to be called Bonnie.
Oh, what's that?
She's a Bonnie
Apologies.
lass in that wedding hat. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very lovely. And I don't know about
Give
those.
me about 10 minutes, I'll see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Sorry, Emily. If you wait till 2022.
It's like being in on a joke. You just don't get it.
No, that's it.
Can't see
When
it.
England win the World Cup, you might get it then.
Yeah.
So there we are. That was lovely. Thank you very much. People are very daring now, sending in their pictures with them in it. It's fantastic. But Emily, I've got to go to
Yes, you don't get your
a
book.
video.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
cheering
it's
us
been nice
up.
chatting.
Cheers, champs.
And we'll talk
Yeah,
to
nice
you.
to speak to you both.
Take care.
See you later.
See you later.
Lovely. Take care.
Bye.
Boy.
So there we go. That's the lovely Emily Champs. I can't
lovely.
wait to get her in the studio to laugh herself silly, which will be great. So back into the old video box. Sorry, I had to press the button wrong. Oh, the idiocy. Right. So we've done Andrew Norris singing. We've got we've got more videos than I can shake a stick at. We might move some of the. I hope it's going to be okay. We might move some of these to the next show because I don't want to cram them in the end. So
No, of course not.
yeah. So I'm sure. I'm just thinking. We'll go to Dave Ivad has sent this video in, and I had to unsend it because YouTube apparently had a bit of an issue with it. Although he was using something called GarageBand, I think. Is that like Rubber
Oh,
Band?
copyright strike.
Yeah, he got a copyright strike, and I think isn't GarageBand an app that you can make your own music up?
I'm not sure. I've not heard of it before.
Maybe Dave could explain this. And you make up your own tune, but somehow YouTube decides, nope, we've got somebody else's claim that, even though you've made it up yourself, which is outrageous. But anyway, he has taken us for a trip to the music that he's made up himself, to the park. Let's have a look down the park. Where are you, Dave? Oh, there you are. There we go. That was down in the park. Not quite sure what park, but very lovely and terrific music. Loved it.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Dave Ivad there. Do tell us about very lemon jelly, says Chris Navad. Oh, I like lemon jelly. Did you listen to Lemon Jelly?
Who, me?
Yes. And who else is here?
Do I listen to Lemon Jelly? What's Lemon Jelly?
What do you do in the bath? Have you not heard Lemon Jelly?
Never. That's why what? Blanky face. Sorry.
I'm a
I don't
rambling.
have a bath. I have showers.
I'm a rambling man. You know, lemon jelly is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Love lemon jelly.
I don't know what it is.
It was when was it? It was sort of 90s, I think. Yeah, love lemon jelly. I used to love that Art of Noise.
Oh God, no, the Art of Noise. Yes,
Art of
very
Noise.
well. Yeah.
Sort of in that vein, but slightly different. That kind of thing. Colonel Crag Ratty has sent in some hats. Thanks, Dave, by the way. Love that. The music was quite hypnotic, says Sean Ford. Quite right. So, Dave, not Dave, where are you? I've been meaning to do this. Sorry, Colonel Crag Ratty, you're quite right. You did send these in nice and early, and I have purposely ignored them. Also, I want to talk to you at some point about the van help that you offered, Mr. Craig. But let's have a look at this. These are three of Colonel Craig Ratty's favourite hat. This is his country
wonderful
hat. Isn't that nice? That's kind of like an Indiana Jones hat, isn't it? Bam ba-dum bam bam ba-dum bam ba-dum bam ba-dum. Is that how it goes?
That is correct.
And oh my God, look at
A
these.
bit of steampunk there.
Steampunk hats. Wow. Lots of keys and cogs and...
That's brilliant.
Isn't that nice? These are his best top hats, and I can see why. And finally, these are the reversed, as seen from the rear. There we go. So these are the three lovely hats. Brilliant. Look at that. What does that say on that one there? Oh, hang on. Oh, I can't zoom in. Oh, yes, I can. Hang on. Where are we? I have to do this to zoom in on this. No one would have believed. Oh, yes, a quote from, of course...
Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds.
Oh, well, H.G. Wells is actually.
Yes.
No one would have believed in the last years of the 18th century minds more inscrutable than Vobes has dripped in a tube of toothpaste. Never before has anybody had such a dreadful moment when... Sorry. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much for that. That's been great. We've had such a lovely show. So I'm going to push forward. The Mark Burgess sent in some a video in Russell Gardens, so we'll push that over to Wednesday if that's okay. Mike Stevens has got more of his flowers. We'll have a look at those on Wednesday. Sean, another discovery walk at Barbie Keel. That'll be one for Wednesday as well, if that's okay. I hope you don't mind. As we've got such a terrific guest. And let me just see if there was any more hats coming in. A last hat from the lovely Julia, very cheeky hat, is her unicorn hat. Oh,
Hey!
Look at that stunning unicorn hat with a lovely lady underneath or inside. eaten by the unicorn. Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much. Now, before we go, I have here, if I do this on the toaster cam, it just doesn't look like it's overdone. But this, there we go, it is somewhat overdone. It might be all right, actually. I'm rather hoping it is. It is a bit, it is a bit brown. If I'd left it, I mean, it is brown flour, by the way. It is wholemeal flour. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it open and we'll see what it's like on the inside. So I have to go back into there to there. This, look, that is quite solid, isn't it? Hang on, let me do it a different way. Anybody there? 3 raps for yes, 2 for no. Right. Oh God. Yeah. That was quite. Actually, it doesn't look so bad there. It's basically dough. It's very crusty. That is really, the inside is okay, but it is very crusty. However, I can tell you the smell in the studio now is rather exquisite. So what I'm going to do is Justine Jones out there? I thought she was. Justine Jones sent me this. No, she didn't send me that. She sent me... That's too close. There we go, look. It's Marmite. Customised Marmite. So I thought in the show I should put this on the bread. So I'm going to spread this. You can't really see what's going on, can you? There we go.
Oh, we're not sharing the love here. I'm 45 miles away.
You're welcome to pop down. I'll put some in the oven for you. I'm sure it'll be nice.
It looks really nice.
It does look nice. It's smelling good. So I'm going to do a bit of butter on there. Sorry, it's all on the edge of camera, really. Better if I just switch to the webcam. It'd be more concentrated. So here it is, the virgin virgin, what do you call it? Marmite. It's a great wodge of Marmite there. Spread that on. Look at that. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? And so fresh bread out the oven, only 40 minutes or so. Oh. That is good. So I have salvaged. It's just a bit crusty, that's all. I don't mind crusty loaf. Lovely Marmite, by the way. Quick advert for Marmite if they want to send me £1,000. Don't forget you can donate to the Bald Explorer Foundation. I think a foundation is the thing. That's what they all do, isn't it? These multi-millionaires. They just set up a foundation and the next minute they're all multi-millionaires.
Yes.
If you do it for charity, they never get rich.
Yeah.
But a foundation, Bill Gates and all those, they're all rich because they have this. And who's Hillary Clinton? And they're all crooked, apparently, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Say that quickly. They're all, whether that means that the foundation is on a, hill, that's why it's crooked. Is it something to do with the building? The foundations were crooked. Yeah. Anyway. What's your favourite joke, Mark?
It's a bit rude. I can't say it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, no, it's not rude. It's just not very. No, it's not appropriate for a family show. It's not actually rude, but it's a bit nasty with the word I use. But
Can you use a substitute word?
No, because it wouldn't be funny.
Oh,
unfortunately,
right.
I can't. Yeah.
Oh well, never mind. I was just getting you to do something to cover me. That was all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't got any spoons I can play.
Whilst I had my mouth full of toast.
Oh, that's right. I
thought you were going to gargle a tune then.
Oh no.
No. I did do that. I used to do that on the Vobes show, gargling the tune.
I hope, as we're going to just say thank you. I hope I've done all right.
Of course, you've done all right. I hope you'll come back and do it again.
I'll do it. Yes, absolutely. Love to. I do apologise for being so pale.
Oh, don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. It's a webcam, isn't it? That's what webcam. You know, it's great. It's the fact that you're here.
Darling, I'm a filmmaker. I should know these things.
I know that, but I know I should know things about filmmaking. I always get it wrong. Like I forgot the shutter speed, didn't I? We can't be experts all the time, especially in
it's just the environment I've got here is just not ideal for.
Don't need to apologise. It looks great, and you've been fantastic. Loved it, and we want to have you back. And I must get up and do a long format video with you.
Yes.
Maybe we should do another trip. Maybe do you do camping? Do you go camping?
I'm not a camper. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm not a big lover of camping.
We'll have to do an Airbnb jobby.
Oh, definitely.
Take the van, go off and do another trip, and I promise I won't quiz you on anything spiritual.
Yeah, that was nearly. God, that was
a long time ago.
3 years ago.
We survived it though, don't we?
Yeah, we did survive. It was great. Oh, great video.
I know I can be a bugger at times, but I can't help it. I am the product of my parents.
But when you're out filming, I know your frustrations because although I usually film with myself, I know what you mean. So I totally understand that.
We need a theme for next Monday. Julia suggested
pets.
Pets
maybe
and plants.
Pets.
The Vobes Foundation, concrete or wood. Yeah, good one. Julia says, I suggested plants or pets. Oh, yes, that's right. My teeth are currently set in a jar, says John B. So, Linda Cadman. Hello, Linda. Please, Richard, for your own sake, go and have a chat with your neighbour. I'm sure you can come to an agreement. Life's too short. Oh, regarding the car. There's been a saga, Linda Cadman, for a long time. This is the woman who refuses to move her car. You cannot approach her because she just is obscene to you. And she just says, I'll park wherever I like.
Oh.
And even if you just say politely, I don't mind you doing it overnight. If you come back late, you're a woman, and if you park in my space and it's there and it's late, of course, and there's nowhere else, that's fine. But if you could move it the next day, I'll just park where I like. I don't care. So she did that one time, and I saw her get in her car, and I asked her, please, can you not park there? I'll park where I like. So I moved my car into a position where it blocked her and she couldn't get out. And I just said, well, I'll park where I like then. Got out the car and walked off. She was there for half an hour. She rang up the police saying, this was when I had my car. She rang up the police and said the number plate. She said, it's got Bald Explorer on the I videoed it. I actually videoed her doing this. And I just said, oh, well, I'm not going to move it. Sorry. I'm parking where I like. So she was late for work. And then after half an hour, I did move the car. I thought, I've made my point. I'm not going to be a complete and utter numpty. So half an hour, I moved my car on the basis that, look, if you park in my space, I'm going to block you in, simple as. And for a while, she was all right, but she has crept back into doing it. But the thing is, she just leaves her car for a week. She'll just park it there, doesn't care, and she'll leave it there for a week. Absolutely horrible. The police came round. Knocked on the door. When he knocked on the door, I answered. I saw the policeman. I said, oh, are you here about the murder? And he went, what? No, about the car. I said, oh, we'll leave the murder for another day then. And I said, I'm only joking. I said, come in. And he said, okay, tell me your side of the story. I told him my side of the story. And then basically, it's a private lane. He says, nothing we can do. He said, if I can just ask you not to, block her in, that would be just a nice gesture. And I said, if I can ask her not to park in my space, that would be a nice gesture. But if she does, I may block her in. End of. Just, leave me alone and I'll leave her alone. It's fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. So so Linda Cadman, it is a saga. And no, you can't argue. You can't, have a conversation with some people. Mark has been a great guest, says John B. Sean Ford.
Really, thank you very much for all your nice comments. Thank you very much. I have to admit, I'm not new to doing this, but it's been great.
It has been great, and it's been lovely. I was just thinking, if there's any other guests that would like to appear on the show for one show throughout and be my show buddy, as it were, male or female, or you could be fluid. 1 minute,
fluid.
You can identify as one thing and identify as something else towards the end. I must just warn you, I only have a little boy's room. So, you be careful on that sense.
Dodgy ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dodgy ground, my goodness. I know.
Chris Navard says, when I work in TV land, the presenters would park in our spaces. Without me, they wouldn't go on air. Had great fun blocking them in at the end of the shift. Good for you. What did you do in TV land? Interested in that. Ramibu says, I mean the wall clearly said no part. I know, but she doesn't care. She doesn't care. I like it when Richard puts his foot down, a firm hand. What, a foot down with a firm hand? How does that work? And Linda Cadman says, say no more. I know the type. LOL. Just be careful she doesn't damage your car with those logs. Well, I haven't damaged her car.
If she drives back and damages her car because the logs are there, that's her fault.
It is because I've had a delivery of logs.
Yeah.
And they put them in my spot. The fact that they've had to put them round her car is not my fault.
No.
Know what I mean? Anyway, Mark could be a regular on a Wednesday, perhaps, says John B. Everybody's loved you, you see.
Oh, you are kind. I'll come on whenever you want me to.
Fantastic. He's either Theatreland or the Vobes show.
All my own stuff.
Yes. Who's this? This is Martin. He says, Avebury says, Dear Richard, we are staying at Mark's favourite spot, West Overton, down the road from Avebury.
Oh, how lovely.
And that is from Diane and Martin.
Oh, I sounded so middle class then. Oh, how lovely.
How lovely. Didn't we stay down in West
Overton?
Overton?
We stayed at West Overton, that lovely B&B. Airbnb.
Airbnb. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Oh, great. Yeah, we met up with Rob. Yeah, great. I just love Avebury. Absolutely love that place.
Is that? I'm just wondering. Is that Diane and Martin who we met? Because they've been in touch. You remember when we were down there? We met a couple, and they had these dogs, and we were chatting. They were chatting to as we walked down the what do you call that long corridor? Not corridor, but the walkway with all the stones coming up.
West Kennet the West Kennet Avenue.
Yeah, that's it. And we're walking on there.
Oh, I remember. Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Remember? And,
I do, darling. I do remember that. Yeah.
Remember? And
they were lovely.
I can't. Is that the same? Is that the same couple? Because they've been in touch and they've been watching the show and various things. So it could well be them, Diane and Martin.
Yes, I remember them. Yes, that was
yeah. There you go. So, man, it's a small world. You can't hide when you do this internet thing.
You can't even do this.
Bloody hell! Where's he gone? He's just vanished like a puff of logic.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
There you go. He knows his references.
Oh, yes. Look at this geeky DVD collection here.
Oh, yeah.
Star Trek, Jerry Anderson, Buck Rogers. Yeah,
He's a sci-fi fan, that's true.
And sci-fi and comedy.
And comedy, absolutely. Great show, says Lisa. Chris Navard says he was a press director, basically looking after the live transmission. We're in the same era. Ah, bless his socks. Where are you based, Chris? We must meet up for a chinwag sometime. Member? And finally, Lord Jeffrey says, used to don my old village in Old Oxted years ago.
Oh, we did Old Oxted. It's down the road from me.
Didn't we? Yeah, there we are. Sean James Cameron is saying, are you doing a lock-in? You're over time. Come on.
Oh, hey! Get the beers out.
Yes, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. It's been absolutely wonderful to do the show with Mark. Been great fun. And do tune in on Friday. Goodness knows what's happening on Friday. But something, this show, it's sort of like a ramshackle of something that just comes along. Meanwhile, do check out Mark English. What's your latest video that people can enjoy?
The latest one was a couple of live. The latest video of Heritage was the, oh my God, what was it?
Well, I asked you.
It was. I did a quick tale about cows, a little snippet about cows, but the actual proper one.
That was a true story, wasn't it? The cows, they did come chasing after you.
Yeah, 25 of them. That was not that was 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, it wasn't very pleasant. Yeah, but I've a lot of churches in recent videos, a lot of churches in the Surrey Hills.
You've got nice churches, but the trouble with the Surrey churches, sorry, I'm talking with a mouthful, is they lock them up, don't they?
They what?
They lock them up.
Unfortunately, yeah. Not all of them. Some of them we're quite lucky at. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It's such a shame because they're in suburbia or even near suburbia and they can't afford to leave them open, which is such a shame.
I mean, a lot of our Downham ones, they do open.
Yeah.
I mean,
down the Surrey Hills, a lot of them are open.
Oh,
Down
are
the
they?
Surrey Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little old church warden, I mean, the one I went to, there's a lovely lady came in. She said I was the church warden. I thought, you're far too attractive to be a church warden, love. Should be on page 3. Whereupon she opened up the doors to the church.
Did she?
Let me in. Very nice. Anyway, enough of that gay banter. Thank you very much. Mark, thank you so much for being in the show.
You're very welcome.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for all your wonderful contributions. Big thanks to Andrew Norris, who went swimming in whatever the place is called in Croatia, to Jackie Hammond, who is trying to work out the 1080, 1280, whatever it is. As long as there's a P at the end of it, you'll be all right. To David Vard for taking us through the park with his homemade music. And to Chris Navard, who is too posh to wash, as we saw. And to Mark and Mike and Sean for sending you videos that we haven't seen yet, but we will on Wednesday. To the lovely Julia and to Judith, if she's out there, ensuring that everybody is moderated and all behaving themselves. And to all of you who sent in pictures and hats and all of that, loved it. It's been a great show, thoroughly enjoyed it. But all good things must come to a sour end. But I have some homemade bread to get through.
You do.
Oh, so lovely. Until next time, take care, Mark.
Cheers. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Richard.
Look after yourself. I just shoved another piece in my mouth. Shouldn't have done that, should I? But never mind. Until next time, thanks so much. Toodle pip.
Toodle pips.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Where's the opening? The closing. Bye. A big thank you to Emily Champion for the phone call as well, I forgot to say.